Have you ever wanted to play YouTube or Netflix videos on your Tacoma's infotainment screen? Have you wanted to expand your CarPlay abilities? Or have you wanted to stop plugging your phone in each time you get in your Tacoma for Apple CarPlay or Android Auto? One Car Stereo has an option that has some pros and some cons. Hey guys, Rich here from Tacoma Network, and today we're checking out the One Car Stereo CarPlay AI box. Now this is the HE version, which indicates this is the HDMI edition. This playing card sized dongle will turn your existing wired CarPlay or Android Auto system into a wireless powerhouse capable of displaying video from YouTube, Netflix, and others on your Tacoma's infotainment screen. Now you do have to have wired CarPlay or Android Auto for this to work, which is only 2020 to current Tacoma models. The big bonus of this device is that you won't have to connect your phone via USB anymore. This came in just a couple of days from Amazon in this tiny box. I'll have a link for this down in the video description. Inside the box, you get some instructions, some warnings, a USB-C to USB-C cable, a USB-A to USB-C cable, and the AI box. Unboxings aren't unboxings unless you remove the protective film. At first glance, this is just a tiny computer and it's quite shiny. Taking a tour around the AI box HE, and you'll see the piano black top with the One Car Stereo logo. Although I personally don't like it, you have fake wood grain finish on the sides and back with massive vents to let the thing breathe. On the one side, you have the main USB-C plug that you'll be using to connect to your Tacoma, and on the flip side, you have a USB-A and the HDMI for connecting secondary screens elsewhere in the vehicle. Finally, on the bottom, you have 4 legs to elevate it and more vents. Let's compare its size to some real-world items. A AA battery, Apple AirPods Pro, a fancy red solo cup, an ice-cold beverage I plan to drink while installing this, and finally, the most similar in size, a deck of playing cards. Installing the AI box is pretty easy. It's a matter of just plugging the USB-C into the box and the USB-A into the Tacoma's dedicated CarPlay outlet under the temp controls. Now just start the Tacoma. Mine happened to connect right away. As I was going to push the Apple CarPlay button on the touchscreen, it fired right up. I noticed on my Bluetooth connections that it was connected to BT-CF5E. This now gives you a completely different experience, being that it's Android now versus the Apple CarPlay I'm used to. You have initially navigation, music, car audio, YouTube, Netflix, Spotify, and others. The touch sensitivity seems to be pretty good with this Android interface. The system will utilize a pop-up cursor of sorts that allows you to gain access to the main features while in video format like YouTube. This cursor is placeable anywhere on the screen, and it gives you a microphone, home, and back buttons. Let's start with YouTube. I picked a popular video, and yes, you still get ads. Once passed, you can see it plays videos pretty easily, although the 16:9 aspect ratio is slightly off since the screen isn't exactly 16:9. This AI box adjusts for your car's screen size. Getting out of these video apps, you'll have to use the cursor. In this case, I hit the back button, and it will drop down the YouTube video into a smaller format so you can keep watching and multitask, I guess. For other apps like Spotify, Netflix, and others, you will have to re-log in as this is a different device running the app now. There's also a browser available through Google, so you can pretty much surf the web if you don't feel like taking out your phone. There's also an app list that houses quite a few additional options like Disney+, Hulu, Chrome, and others. Google Maps rounds out the 25-cent tour of the different apps that are available. Finally, there's a pretty substantial settings area that you can use to customize this AI box to fit your needs, from personal and system settings to privacy and location. So, what did I not like about the One Car Stereo AI box? First, I don't like the fake wood finish. With most cars and trucks having a stealth interior, this one just sticks out. If you wanted to have a color, maybe gunmetal gray? Second, I tested this on both my full bar 5G speed and my home's Wi-Fi network, and it didn't provide the fastest speeds. My phone was much quicker in response versus the AI box. Third, the interface just seems a little backwards. I'm pretty familiar with Apple CarPlay on my Tacoma, and this is much more like 2010 than 2024. And finally, the price. It sells for $219, and I'm sure it can be had for a bit less. That's a pretty substantial amount considering my existing wireless dongle from CarLink Kit was $60. On the positive side, you can convert a wired CarPlay vehicle into wireless and have fully functioning video on your Tacoma's infotainment screen. Of course, the legality of watching video while driving is questionable. That's my quick review of the One Car Stereo AI box. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this item. Are you in the market for one of these devices? Do you run a model which is better or has better features? Drop your thoughts down in the comment section. If you like the video, there's a button for that. And if you haven't already, subscribe to see more videos like this one. Finally, my name is Rich. Thanks for watching.